With the launch of Season 7 happening on January 21st, I've got a lot of questions from players asking, what does this mean for them? What happens to their characters at the very end of the season? And more importantly, do they need to purchase the expansion pack in order to participate in the new season? Ladies, gentlemen, prime evil hunters, welcome back to another Diablo 4 video. I'm going to cover all of that and more. We're going to tackle your seasonal versus the Eternal Realm, DLC versus non-DLC, what happens to your characters, what you need to do in order to set yourself up for the very best experience in the new season, and then we'll cover a little bit about the seasonal powers, what they look like, and then how to get them. To start off, seasonal versus non-seasonal. When you create a brand new character, at the very end of the selection screen, you are actually prompted on which you want to play. Do you want to play seasonal or do you want to play eternal? If you select seasonal, you get all of these additional features added onto your gameplay until the season ends. Right here, if you were to uncheck the seasonal, this would be you creating a character that is on the Eternal Realm. So when you select seasonal, these are all of the benefits that you get from playing a seasonal character. Now, why would you want to play a seasonal character? It spices the game up every single season that you play. You will have to start over. And I know that it really sounds like a lot. You do all of this work to build up your character, get all of this gear, you put a lot of time into it, and now it's not going to be something that you can use in the next season. But when you start out the season, it is really, really fun. It is my favorite time of the game. Everybody's starting on a brand new level. Nobody has any special gear. Nobody has grinded for hours and hours and hours. You start on the same playing field. You all get to go explore all of the new seasonal content together. It is really, really fun. So it is definitely worth checking out at least for one season before you decide on whether or not you don't like to have to start over every season. Sometimes that's not for you. But if it's not for you, that's where your Eternal characters come in. What an Eternal character is, if we go back to the main screen here, Eternal characters are not seasonal characters. If you come down, I have a bunch of Eternal characters down here. So if I was to log into one of these Eternal characters, what I will not have is any of the seasonal powers, and then anything from my previous season will be in my stash. So this is something that you're going to have to work on and you're going to have to make room for, because when your seasonal character gets moved to the Eternal Realm, all of the items from all of your characters go into a stash. They go into a stash that is withdrawal only. At the very end of the season that we're currently in, all of the stuff that's in this stash, if you do not remove it, gets deleted. So everything that I don't remove here will be deleted. If you go into the map here, this is what it's going to look like now. We have only Helltides. There is going to be no Realm Walkers. There's going to be none of the seasonal mechanics that are happening right now. Those only are available to seasonal characters. All of the itemization changes and stuff will still be available to you. It is just going to be the seasonal mechanics that will not be there. Any base game changes, you will have access to all of that. The next question that I get asked a lot is, will you need to buy the expansion pack in order to have access to all of the seasonal mechanics? The answer is no. When you look at this map here, I still have access to the Karas Bazaar. I still have access to everything. I can still access my mercenaries. I can still access the runes. Those are all part of the base game. But if you do not have the expansion pack, you do not need it in order to participate in the season. You can still play without it. They make seasonal mechanics available to everybody. If you do purchase the expansion pack, you will have access to the brand new region Nahantu. You will have mercenaries available, you will have your runes available, you'll have endgame activities like the Undercity and the Dark Citadel. Those all come with the expansion pack. Everything else is going to be available to anybody that has the base game. You will get to play the brand new witch powers, and we'll talk about that later in the video, but those will be available to you as well. So what happens when the season ends? Officially, the season is ending on January 21st. Now, that does not mean that the season is going to start, but every other season throughout the entire history of this game since the launch, every season has started on the day that it ended. There is only a couple-hour gap between one going down and the other one coming up. So they have not officially announced anything yet. Going based on what they have always done, we will be seeing the new season start on January 21st, which it says right here, that's when it ends. Generally, the timeline for Blizzard to do their campfire chats are about the week before the season launches. So we should be looking at a new campfire chat probably within the next week and a half. I'm very excited for it, and I will be covering it live for everybody when the season launches. I will be playing a barbarian like I always do. I would love for you all to stop by the live stream. I will be running through with a group of people that were going to be assigned to me. I have events going in our Discord server, which if you want to join, click the link at the top of the description of this video. I will be pairing up anybody that wants to come and run with a random group. We randomly roll the groups. We fill out a whole bunch of groups together with a group leader. You guys all go out at the very beginning at the launch of the season. You have a party for you assigned. It is my favorite time and my favorite thing to do. The in-game clan has a very limited amount of space. There's only 150 people, but inside Discord, we can have as many as we want. We treat Discord as the clan. If you do join Discord, you can apply to get into the in-game clan. There is a little bit of a queue, but as soon as your name comes up, we will get you in. You can still participate in every single clan event. You do not have to be in the in-game clan to do it. So what to expect in Season 7? I'm over here on Wowhead. I'll have the link in the description of this video for all of these documents if you want to read it. We are going to be getting witch powers. I'm very excited about this. This is the first time since Season 2 that we've gotten seasonal powers. These will only be available to seasonal characters, so if you were only an Eternal player, you cannot take advantage of these powers. I highly suggest come and join us on Discord and come and run with us in the season. Just try them out. If you don't like seasonal after you try it, go right back to the Eternal Realm, but it is worth a shot. Seasonal powers make the game a ton of fun. These will consist of 4 different types of powers: your Eldritch, your Psyche, your Growth and Decay, and then 4 lost powers. Those lost powers are going to be the strongest ones out of all of them, and it's going to be your end goal to get those. What they're going to look like, you'll have 3 different altars here, as you can see. These altars are going to be where you get each of those witches' powers from. You can purchase them as you level up your character and as you gain more of the Coven reputation. You unlock more of them as you play. Those are going to be done through whispers. The theme of Season 7 will be whispers. They're going to revamp a lot of the whispers, and they're actually a lot of fun. I got to try them on the PTR. They did a really good job leveling them up. If you look down here, this is going to be what the powers look like. This Doom Orb here, this is going to be one of your forgotten powers. This is going to be on its own. Then we will have a whole bunch of the regular ones that are right over here. They will all have 20 ranks, so we level them up as we play and as we gain reputation. You're going to be able to collect a certain material on the ground that you'll be able to use to level up. If we look here, this is what your seasonal powers are going to look like. This is one of the orbs. This one I actually used, and it was really good. It was very strong, especially early on in the game, which is really great for leveling up. We'll have a whole list of all of the powers if you wanted to read through them here. This is going to be all of them. There's a pretty long list, so there's a lot of variety out there. The one thing that I do hope when we hit the patch notes is that they make sure that they learned from whatever we tested on the PTR. They balance everything really, really nicely. From what it looked like, there may have been some that were a lot stronger than others, so those would probably be the only ones that would end up getting used, but there were a lot of really unique combinations that you could do with these powers. What we're also going to be getting in the season is we're also going to be getting Headhunts and Occult gems. So what the Headhunts are, and these are going to be crazy. They are almost like Helltides. They're going to have zones just like this here. There will be 4 of them active at all times, and they are packed. We're going to have new monsters that are going to be in the zones. They have such a high density that it is absolutely madness going in there. While you're leveling, this will be your main source of leveling. It is very high density. You will have a ton of loot. I started getting loot when I leveled my character on the PTR almost right away, and I got legendaries very, very quickly. Inside of this zone, you're going to have a ton of whispers. If you look at the picture here, all of these are whispers for you to do. Now, that seems like it's going to be kind of a pain because you're going to get your whispers, you have to leave leveling. Then you're going to have to do your whispers again and then leave leveling because there's so many of them. What they did implement inside of these zones is a raven. You come over to this raven, you talk to the raven, you turn your whispers in. You don't even need to interrupt your leveling process if you're looking to just grind. You come over, you talk to the raven, turn in the whispers, and then you keep on killing monsters. It's really, really cool. It is really fun, and it is packed. This is a list of all of the whispers and what they're going to be doing. We're also going to be getting occult gems. Occult gems are these right here. There's 3 different rarities. Each one of them has its own unique property. Now, what's cool about this is that each of them has 160 armor and 8 resistance to all elements. This makes solving your issues between choosing diamonds or choosing skulls completely null and void. The fun part about these is that they pair directly into your witch powers. A lot of these, if you look here, for each of your auras and hexes an enemy is afflicted by, they take 4% increased damage from you. What are the hexes and auras? Well, those are your witch powers. So you're going to choose the witch powers that are going to directly interact with these stones that go into your jewelry. It is going to be a really, really fun way to theorycraft builds, add things you normally would never get on your different characters. So this is something that I'm very, very excited and I'm really looking forward to. There is a whole list of all of them that you can craft. They are going to be at the jeweler. As you're doing your new headhunt zones and you're turning in your whispers, when you turn in the whispers, you're going to start getting reputation with the Coven. The reputation with the Coven, this is your seasonal reputation that gives you your rewards. They actually buff it up a lot. In all of the other seasons, there was some pretty decent rewards, but there wasn't a lot of tiers. If you look here at this picture, this is actually a huge amount of rewards in order to get down to the very bottom here. And this isn't even the final reward. On this picture, you actually can continue to scroll down, and they're all done by completing Whispers. So Whispers is going to be the way to do it. This is where you go to turn them in. There's going to be a little billboard there on the map to go turn them in, and then you can get all of your rewards there. The last thing that I wanted to touch on for this is going to be something that a lot of people have been waiting for, but this is not going to be a seasonal mechanic. This is the Armory system. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, have been waiting for this to hit. You will now be able to save your builds. It saves your builds, your skills, your Paragon points. All of it is going to be saved just by clicking on these buttons right here. You just click fire, ice, or lightning, and it changes your gear. It changes all of your stats. It changes your skill points. All of it is done for you with a click of a button. So that's all I got. That's all you need to expect for the upcoming season. If I missed something, absolutely hit me up in the comments and let me know what you do at the very end of the season or what you're expecting, or if you have any questions. I would love to see you guys in the live stream. Stop by, say hi, come theorycraft with me when we hit the new season. Catch you on the clip side.